last nut. I'm born ready to do a Strut Tower bar on Z1's Q60. So Strut Tower bar, Infinitis, don't count them with them, Z's do. Sad day, G35 was the same way. If you want that, you can check it on the website. Yeah, strut bars for the Q60 and G37. I know sedan guys, you're gonna ask, it does fit. G37 sedan, Q60 sedan, or Q50, that's a Q50. Thanks, Dave. It will bolt up, and it will have either clearance issues touching your engine cover, the engine itself, or your hood, so to speak. Let me go ahead and address that. So when the bar is on, we don't run engine covers because we hate heat soak. You can run the bar, put it as low as possible. On sedans, it will hit this kind of insulating liner, not the metal itself. So if you're a sedan guy and you're looking for this and you want to run it, you can either remove this liner altogether, not a big deal, or you can kind of put some, you know, like paint or like kind of little paint marks on the strut bar itself, close the hood, open it up, see where it's touching, and you can just kind of cut out those little pieces if you still want to run the bar. So that being said, let's jump into it. We're gonna start with a impact and 13 mil. All right, 13 mil, and what you're gonna do is remove 2 nuts off of each strut tower. So this one and this one on the driver's side. Bingo. And then over here on VR cars, you're gonna have a major harness here. You just gotta kind of wiggle it out of the way. This one all the way closest to the fender. And then this one kind of close to the blow-off valve, if you have blow-off valves, z1motorsports.com. Bingo. All right, brackets. 2 brackets, obviously. One has the Z1 logo, one doesn't. The Z1 logo goes on the driver's side. So we'll set that guy there for now. Super easy. I start with this corner, set it on, and then the AC line, you just kind of pull it a little out of the way, and it'll go right on like that. And then we'll just run these guys on by hand, and then we'll torque them to spec here after we do the other side. There we go. Other side. Again, this one's a little bit more tricky because of this whole loom. You can unclip it here, like I already have. It just slides on that metal. You just pull it over, give you a little bit more wiggle room, but you have to slide it under everything. We have a couple additional wires for some cooling stuff. This did have a hot box at one point. Slide it over like that. Bingo. And then again, just run the nuts on by hand, and then we will torque them to spec. Bingo. Just gonna run these guys all the way down lightly. Sweet. All right, 28 foot-pounds on the OE nuts for the shock tower. All right, that's 28. 2. 1, 2. Now we can do the bar itself. All right, so when you get your hardware, your kit may or may not come with shims. If you don't have shims in your kit, don't worry about it. If you do, they need to be placed on the inside of the bracket. So let me go ahead and show you guys orientation on how everything's gonna go. So per side, 1 bolt, 1 nut, 2 shims, and 2 washers. So you're gonna go conical washer on. And now your shims, you can put them both on one side. So you can keep them both on kind of like the front side of the bracket or both on the back side. Just make sure you do that on the other side as well. Don't do like 2 in the front on passenger, 2 in the rear on driver. Make sure I'm the same. Or if you want to, you can do 1 shim on the front and 1 shim on the back. It's gonna be kind of a pain to do that and keep it all together sliding on this, but if you want to, just because you're OCD, kind of like I am, you can do that if you need to. So we're gonna try it, we'll see. And then once your shim's on, you'll push it through, and then on the back side of the bracket will be your last washer and your nut. So let's see how this goes. We'll do passenger side first because it's going to be the biggest pain with all this harness in the way. And actually what I prefer to do, this connector here, I'm just going to kind of push it down and remove this, not remove it, disconnect it. So not required, does make it a little bit easier. Just gonna push down on this connector. There we go. Pull that guy out of there. And that just gives me a little bit more room to get a bolt through. And push that guy out of the way. All right, take your bar. It is symmetrical, so it does not matter one way or the other. Slide it in over there and here. And now comes the fun part. Washer on, bolt goes towards the back of the car. Ooh, how are you gonna do that? All right, so did disconnect that one as well. That way I can just kind of tuck these guys out of the way for now. Put that guy back. That way I have all the room in the world. So it's tricky, take some patience, go slow. But what I'm gonna do is I have the bar, you can see that little bit of a gap there. So I'm gonna push it in. And you can see I've centered up the shim with the hole in the bracket. And I'm keeping pressure on the strut bar. I'm just going to kind of relieve some pressure, work its way down, just like that, and then try to grab it. There we go. So I got one shim in the front, and then one washer, then the head of the bolt. But now I have to back this guy out just a little bit to get the shim on the backside. This one's a little bit easier because I can put my finger through the backside and keep that shim in place. That way it doesn't fall all the way through. Oh, almost. There we go. So shim in the middle there, shim in the middle there. And then now I can take my last washer, slide it on, and then the nut. Just like that. Take your time, but you can do it. I didn't drop it or anything. Just go slow, you'll figure it out. Kind of center it on the bar, and then I'm going to slide both the shim and bar down at the same time. There we go. And then now I need to shim the backside. Yeah, I just need the shim to slide down just a little bit more. Shim to go down and inboard towards the motor just a little bit. Oh, I can use a flathead, kind of center it up with that hole. There we go. And then now that should slide through. Beautiful. And then our washer. Take your time, but you can do it. I didn't drop it or anything. Just go slow. You'll figure it out. Our last nut. Great. Yeah, there we go.
First try.
All right, so now we got our shims in, all of our hardware's in. Now we'll set the height, and I'll just kind of put it on by hand just to keep it there, and then we can torque it down, which it looks like we're good. These brackets do have slots on it to set the height for whatever you need. I personally like it in the lowest setting, just to guarantee fitment up here, but if this thing had an engine cover, I would have to raise it a little bit, but I think we're gonna be good. Yeah, it doesn't touch anything, so we'll just leave it where it's at. Grab our torque wrench and tighten this thing down to 38 foot-pounds. All right, got my 14 and my 15. go. Come on over to the other side. All right, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off. All right, now that you have snow all over your Q60, we can torque down the other side. There we go. All right, looks good. Now I can put those connectors back together, and that's how easy it is to do a strut bar on a Q60 or G37 or sedan if you want to clearance your hood. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on what how-to video you want us to do next.